Hey, we're having strange happenings out here around the cat dish. When I set it out at night, last night I set the trail cams up and saw what we caught on trail cam. Stay tuned. We're going to go over the different wildlife that make appearances on our homestead over the years. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Living out in the country, out in the wilderness, let alone on a farm, we encounter a lot of creatures that just, we coexist with them. So last night, I wanted to see what things were showing up at the cat dish. This is our little kitty Thomas. We adopted him with his sister last year to help us, no, earlier this year to help us with the rat and mouse population. He's been doing a fantastic job. But the dish also attracts, the other two cats. We got Nebby, and of course we got Thomas's sister. She comes around too. And there's two more cats running around, or three or four more cats running around, but they don't show up back here. I don't know where they're at. Every once in a while, I do catch them on trail cam when I set it up in various locations, like up around the barn or out around the front yard. So we do have quite the collection of cats around. Some of them are not ours. Don't know where they come from. But with that said, feeding the cats, I noticed that there was some other wildlife that I don't want to entertain. So I put the cat dish away at night, and this is the result of no cat food. So Thomas is coming around looking for his food. It's not there. And of course, Nebby, Thomas and Nebby are good friends. It's not there. And of course, Thomas's sister. But then we have this little striped back kitty that shows up too. Don't want to step out in the dark on the back porch and come face to face or face to butt with that thing. Yeah, we get occasional skunks that roam around, and sometimes if I leave the chicken coop door open, a skunk will get in there and eat the chicken eggs. Bad thing. We encountered the possum also. That possum has been in back and forth out of here. And I also have the possum showing up on other trail cams around the chicken coop. So the chicken coop attracts a lot of creatures. I had a raccoon actually get in there and get one of my roosters. Luckily I had a spare. I always keep two roosters, an heir and a spare, just in case I forget to shut the chicken coop door and I lose one of my roosters. So while this raccoon was feasting on what was left of the rooster, a family of fox showed up and decided they're going to sniff this carcass and then go back out and do their thing. I did have a fox come over, get through the fence. I found the breach in the fence where it got in, and it took one of my ducks. But that duck was weak and sick, so it's survival of the fittest, if you will. Yeah, it happens. It's the circle of life on the farm, and you have to expect losing some livestock to predation. It happens. Along with those critters, we also have a pond that attracts different wildlife. a couple of turtles will show up from time to time, and I get to enjoy the get to see the turtles and enjoy them. We also have a great blue heron that shows up. Yeah, I call him Henry the Heron. He comes in about 3 times a year. And then we have this white egret who I named Bob the Crane. Yeah, those of you my age will know what I'm talking about. He comes in and he fishes out some of my fish that I have stocked in the pond. I don't care, they're feeder fish anyway. And the ducks like to eat on them also. So it's mainly mosquito fish because they eat the mosquito larvae in there to keep the mosquito population down. I also came out here one morning doing my farm chores. Lo and behold, there was a little owl parked right here. Nothing wrong with it. It was just sitting there, a little owl. And then when I got done with my chores, I took off back in the house, came back out, and it flew away. But Ollie the owl, yeah, he went off and continued his owl. That's why I'm careful about not to set poisons out, and because of the rat population, we have the cats to deal with the rat population or the rodent population. So I don't use poisons. I used some kind of an attractant, like I used Jiffy cornbread mix because it's 52 cents at Walmart, and then equal parts baking soda. Baking soda is what causes the rodent's demise. I've done several videos on that. We've also had some mysterious happenings on the homestead, a couple of mysterious things. One night I came home from work and I went out, and we were raising pigs at the time. I had a couple big old sows out there and I had a boar. So I was raising pigs, and lo and behold, there's a strange pig in my pig pen. I had no clue how he got in there or where he even came from. I put a notice out on our community Facebook page, did get a response, and it turned out his name was Billy. He had come from a homestead up to my homestead, about 6 miles journey between the two homesteads. Found out Billy had a wife and some piglets down there, and he had come all the way up here, and he was trying to have his way with my pigs. As you can see, I had a little bit larger breed than he was. He was a miniature whatever. Anyway, we just started calling him Billy the Two-Timing Pig, and kept posting updates on the community, and everybody was just getting a kick out of the storyline of Billy the Two-Timing Pig. Yeah, mystery. Showed up at my homestead out of the blue, but that's not all that shows up mysteriously. I've had rabbits I catch on a video camera that are domesticated rabbits. Some rabbits around here, they free range on people's farms, so they end up over here. And one rabbit in particular, I called him Bob the Bunny. He was a little black rabbit. One day he got into the chicken or the rabbit house. The door was ajar. I didn't think anything of it. I walked in and gave the rabbits some fresh water and food, and there's Bob on the floor eating some leftover food droppings. And it's just like, whoa, quickly shut the door, reached down, grabbed Bob, and threw him in with one of my does to use some of his genetics, if you will. And then when he was done, I set him free, and he went off, and he was Bob around the farm. So we had the antics of the wily rabbit, Bob the Bunny, or Robert the Rabbit, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, he fell prey. Yeah, he fell prey, became part of the food chain. It happens, you know, it happens. So most recently, just within the last 2 weeks, I again found the bunny bungalow door ajar, went in, and there's a white rabbit on the floor, and I thought, one of my rabbits got out of the cage, so I reached down, grabbed it, checked to see if it was male or female. It was male, and I looked to see which cage was open, which cage he came out of, and counted all my rabbits I had, and it's just like, okay, everybody's present. Who are you? I had no clue who he was. Again, I put a notice out on the Facebook community page and let everybody know, hey, I have a strange male rabbit among my bunnies. I still have him. He's being fed and cared for and sheltered, and yeah, he's a happy boy. Yeah. Anyway, I'll use some of his genetics. If nobody wants to claim him, I'll just add him to my bloodline of rabbits, because I've got rabbits from Texas, Florida, Georgia, and California. Yeah, so I got quite the diversity here. Anyway, yeah, strange things. Another kind of cute thing, I was out here building the tractor barn one day, and I noticed some activity going on down around the little bunny bungalow. About 5 little baby rats, you know, little babies, you know, you see them right here in this video, and it's like, these guys are agile. Even as babies, they can climb straight up the walls. No wonder I had such a rodent population out here on my farm. That was incredible. And then this is the turkey house. Came out earlier this year, and there's a baby turkey inside the turkey house running around. None of my turkey hens were actually brooding on eggs. They were laying eggs, but they weren't brooding on eggs. Couldn't figure out where this baby came from. Another mystery, which totally shocked me. Total mystery. And so I caught it, and it disappeared. It just vanished. It just as mysteriously as it appeared, it vanished. So strange how animals show up and then whatever. Luckily, we did find a home for Billy, that 2-timer. Yeah, he went home. Boy, he pitched a fit when he had to go. So I'm loving my trail cameras, just setting them out on the porch deck last night and just seeing what comes around. Yeah, skunk, possum. Then we got we don't have too many problems with coyotes, except for one night a tree fell across the fence and creating a area for coyotes to get in. So the coyotes broke into my turkey shed and killed all my turkeys and scared my goat so bad she jumped the stall wall and broke her leg, so I had to reset that. And so all is well. She's pregnant right now. She's getting ready to have babies next week, and that was not to my planning. Both girls broke through the fence and got into the billy goats. I was like, I give up. It's just like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So going farther back up behind our the other farm we lived at, there's a spring up there, and so I set the trail cams up at the spring, and there was some deer. There's a big deer population around here, and of course, if you have a large deer population, it's going to attract the apex predators. And so I was so shocked to look at my video camera or my trail camera that day. I found a mama bear and her 2 cubs caught on video, and this is what you see right here. And then later on, I caught, I think it was 3 cougar. No, 3 or 4 cougar. Like a mom and her 3 little ones up there at the same water hole. So we have these creatures around here. We live in the wilderness, and this is what we have. Never a dull moment, always interesting to see what I'm going to see out my back door, or even when I pick up my wildlife cameras and start fishing around to see what images it caught. Yeah, interesting. I'm glad you guys stuck with me on this little adventure of just native wildlife and surprise visitors to the pond and to the homestead. I'll never get over that Bob the Bunny and that two-timing Billy the Pig. That was hilarious. Anyway, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked up in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Subscribe if you will. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Hey, always be safe and always be kind. We'll see you guys in my next adventure. Happy holidays. Bye-bye now.